it's Renee here. 5 minutes of good on your Monday night, or whatever time it is when you're watching this. It is a happy Monday today in the Pickens household. We were living in South Australia. We are so blessed that schools are back open and we sent our boy, and it was a really joyful occasion. It was a great time to see kids and teachers and parents while still maintaining our social distances. Being able to put our kids back into school and for them to see their friends and have some sense of normality. So that's a happy day, and another reason for being happy is I am feeling much better in myself, and so I feel like I've had the first day today of like a full day of full health and doing all the things that I would normally do in a work day. So it's a happy day. And I'm excited for this week, and I'm excited for what is to come, and I sit in anticipation of the future. But today I actually want to talk about something that's a little bit morbid, or it could be taken as morbid. And what I want to focus on today is what will matter in the end. What will matter in the end? So when we're thinking about the end, it might be the end of isolation. It might be the end of this coronavirus situation. It might be the end of the year. It could be the end of your life. What will really matter in the end? And there's been like a few pretty crazy things going on. If you're in South Australia, you might have heard of this horrific crash that occurred in Adelaide. It's not very far from where we live, kind of literally around the main road corner, where 2 people passed away from like a horrific car accident that was just a massive waste of life. And I spoke last week about a similar thing happening on the Melbourne roads as well, and there just seems to be these like random crazy events that make me stop and think. We never really know, do we? We never really know when the end will come. But thinking about that end, it doesn't necessarily need to be a super negative thing. It can actually help us. It can help us bring back into focus what really matters. What will really matter in the end? There's this book by this lady called Bronnie Ware, and it's called Regrets of the Dying. And again, sounds really morbid. And she's put down the top 5 regrets of palliative care patients. She was obviously working in this area, and this is what she found. She found people saying, "I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me." And others said, "I wish I didn't work so hard. I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. I wish I'd stayed in touch with my friends. I wish that I had let myself be happier." Now that sounds really depressing, like these people have come to the end of their lives and they have regret. And when I was younger, I had this thing like, I just don't want any regrets. I don't really care what happens in life. I just don't want regrets. And you know, then you grow up and you realize life happens, and then you have really bad regrets that happen too. But I think it's sad to think that we could consider spending the rest of our lives in this false economy, this false sense of self, and then when we get to the end, or we get to the end of this time, or we get to the end of this year, or we get to the end of school, I'm not sure if that might be a season that you're in, and rather than having lived our lives the way we thought we should have, we end up having these regrets. But this can really help us. Thinking towards the future can help us clarify our deeper life purpose and our goals. And it helps maybe to think if we are healthy, we reach the ripe old age of 85 perhaps, and we are healthy and we have sound mind, what would we want? What would we want truly, sitting there as an 85-year-old person? Maybe that is you today. What do you really want to look back on? The Psalm chapter 90 in the Bible, verse 12 says, teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. That's my prayer for you guys today, that maybe you would stop and take stock, thinking about when this all comes to an end, this coronavirus, this isolation, when this all comes to an end, what will really matter? What do we really need to get out of this? And at a bigger question, what do we really want out of life? Thanks for joining me. You are good. You are loving. You are kind. Bye.